Hello, and thank you for joining me here in the Ocean Stewart Library. I'm Jeff Cinterpino. Today, our book is The Blue Machine, How the Ocean Works by Helen Czerski. And since this is the first video in this series, this is also a great way to start our journey in the library by understanding a little bit more about the ocean. The Blue Machine was published in 2023. Helen Czerski is a physicist and oceanographer at University College London's Department of Mechanical Engineering. She is also the author of Storm in a Teacup, The Physics of Everyday Life, and is also a columnist for the Wall Street Journal. Now, the first thing I noted as I opened up the book were the two illustrations of the world up front. One showed all the major ocean currents, and the other depicted prevailing winds around the globe. By studying those graphics for a few minutes, you get to see why you might call the oceans of the world the blue machine. And I thought this was a really unique way to describe the ocean. Think of a complex machine that we use every day, like our car. All the parts must work together. And what happens if one part isn't working right? Well, maybe you can still drive it, but for how long? And that is what the ocean is all about. All of the oceans of the world connected together, working together to drive the machine. The book consists of three parts, starting with part one. What is the blue machine? Helen gives us a better understanding of the nature of the sea, like temperature, salt, density, and the spinning earth and how that affects the oceans. And then she moves into the anatomy of the sea and finishes off part one with the shape of water. Now, there's a lot of science in the book, but it's written in a way that is understandable with interesting examples to drive home the point, like the Natural Energy Laboratory of Hawaii Authority, and they're extracting energy using deep cold water and warm surface water through their OTEC, or Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion. We also learn why leatherneck turtles are always crying. They're getting rid of the salt. Or how the anatomy of the ocean can actually stop a ship. And she gives some examples of that as well. In part two, Traveling the Blue Machine, the author looks at it from three viewpoints: messengers, passengers, and voyagers. By understanding a little more about light and sound, Helen gives us several examples of how marine life uses both to send messages, like knocking haddock or deep whale songs. There are passengers who are taken around the world by the ocean, like tortoises, kelp, and others. And finally, we are introduced to the voyagers moving about the machine by design. Long-distance voyagers, like the bluefin tuna, or those who venture short distances, like a worm that's living inside a sponge. The final part of the book is short, The Blue Machine and Us, and focuses on the future. How and will we confront the challenges? Challenges like climate change, pollution, and more. Helen takes us around the world to provide examples of the work being done to better understand the blue machine. From Hawaii to the North Atlantic, from Antarctica to the fish markets of London. It's one big, giant, interconnected blue machine. Now, I want to close out this review by reading a passage from the end of part 2 in the book because I thought it really summarized things. So here it is. We are all citizens of the earth, an ocean world. Whether we choose to acknowledge the blue machine or not, it dominates the planet, regulating how energy and atoms flow around the globe and setting the scene for everything else. This great liquid engine is majestic and intricate, dynamic and interconnected, with a vast array of life rippling through its swirling innards. It's far larger than us, and the great rules of ocean physics do not bend to human will. We can pretend to live our lives in spite of the ocean, or we can choose to understand and work with it, and thereby benefit from the natural processes that are in any case out of our direct control. They bring richness and variety, as well as surprise and a degree of unpredictability. This is the beauty of the blue machine. We are well past the point where we can carry on in ignorance, acting as if it doesn't matter, whether we acknowledge the ocean or not. The blue machine may be gigantic, but it is finely balanced, and our human civilization has more than enough influence to disrupt its process. So that's it. If you're someone who has an interest in the ocean and want to learn a whole lot more and continue your journey as an ocean steward, I highly recommend The Blue Machine, How the Ocean Works by Helen Czerski. Again, thank you for joining me here in the Ocean Steward Library. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you'd like, please give us a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll be up to date with more in the future. So I'll see you again real soon here in the Ocean Steward Library.